Hello. Welcome once again to Ebusuebi YouTube channel. I hope you are all having a wonderful Sunday or you had a wonderful Sunday. Well, where I'm at right now is just a minute past 3 p.m. So I hope you all had a good Sunday or you are having a good Sunday. I would like to take this opportunity to wish all of us a happy and healthy um new year. Right, we are in the new year and we just today is 5th, so I wish all of you a happy and a healthy new year and wishing you all great rewards in everything that you do. Well, those of you who are familiar with Obusuebi YouTube channel, we've been doing more politics once in a while. We inject some, cooking shows here and there, which we'll continue to do. And in good time, we'll discuss a lot of societal issues, public issues that bothers on families, relationships, stuff like that. Yeah, so we're still building our reputation, day in, day out. And I must say I'm very grateful to you. I'm very thankful to all of you, my fans around the world, for making this channel a success so far. Yes, it's a success. Because when we started, we didn't know where we were going, but because of you, now we are somewhere. So I would like to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to all Ebusuebi YouTube channel fans around the world, across the length and breadth of this world. Yeah, today mainly I would like to talk about, share my opinions about what's happening in Ghana, and which I believe pertains or permeates in a lot of African countries, in a lot of African countries, in the sense that, yeah, I would like to bring out some things. Which I know most of you are aware of already, but we need to keep reminding ourselves, right? Yeah, I believe one thing. Some of these things some of us do. I'm not doing this for any fame or money or anything. But there is one thing I believe. I believe that the Almighty Architect of the universe, the Almighty One up there who created all of us, He didn't bring us to this world for anybody to suffer. I believe that. I believe that God brought us all on this planet Earth to enjoy ourselves. So for me, I find it very I don't know how to put it, but I kind of like sometimes I put myself in the shoes of others who are suffering. Suffering in terms of like not able to meet their basic needs of life, food, clothing, shelter, name them, and for the most part, we all know that in this world, the African continent is plagued with a lot of poverty, and unfortunately diseases. Curable diseases this day and age too, like common diarrhea, dysentery, you know. So, but when we look back and we look at past governments, like I would like to use Ghana as an example because Ghana is where I'm from, and Ghana is what I've not done a lot of research about other African countries, but I believe whatever that happens in Ghana, Ghana shares in common with other African countries too, in the sense that back in the days when our first president, the Osajefo himself, the Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was the president of Ghana. When you sit down and you look at the vision that the Osajefo himself had, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had for Ghana at the time, the vision that Osajefo had for Ghana, and you compare it to present day Ghana, that means we have lost our bearings in terms of development somewhere. We've lost our bearing in terms of development, in terms of our morals and everything. And for me, I would like to put the blame squarely I'll put the blame squarely at the doorsteps of the elite in society, the journalists who are supposed to be the gatekeepers of our constitution and all of that, and the traditional leaders and our religious leaders. When I talk of the elite in this context, I mean the upper class of society, the politicians, the doctors. I mean those who have attained higher level of education. Members of parliament. When we talk of journalists, I mean journalists is self-explanatory, and of course traditional leaders, chiefs, kings, queen mothers, and of course our religious leaders, pastors, and those who call themselves prophets and all of that. I mean, why am I putting the blame squarely at the doorstep of the elite? Let's look at our parliament house. Let's look at our parliament house. Our parliament house in Ghana is made up of at least 50%. At least 50% of the members of parliament are lawyers. At least 50% of the members of parliament in Ghana are lawyers. But let's see, how have they been able to help the country Ghana? Most of these politicians, they are from villages. Every Ghanaian is from a village. Every Ghanaian is from a village. Let's look at this from the parliament house. The parliament house, the furniture they even use in the parliament house is imported. Think about it. The parliament house, the furniture they use in the parliament house of Ghana is imported. Why should that be? Why should it be like a country like Ghana where timber, wood is abundant? We have the parliament house where the laws are made, having their furniture imported from outside of Ghana. When we have carpenters in Ghana, So why should the Parliament House of Ghana, where we have the elite, then this elite they claim they have the concerns of the Ghanaian at heart? Why should they be importing furniture from Ghana? I mean, from outside of Ghana. When we have timber, we have carpenters in Ghana. Do we know the number of jobs? I mean, that facility can provide for the carpenters in Ghana? Do we have any idea? So it's like the elite in Ghana, they simply don't care. The elite in Ghana simply don't care about the common Ghanaian. They don't care. But like I stated earlier, if they cared, why is it that the lawyers in the Parliament House or even the other members of Parliament in the House of Parliament will sit down for Ghana to import furniture from outside of Ghana to furnish the Parliament House? That is one thing. And also the notion that our villages should be deprived. Like a village is a place that is I don't know. Like when we talk of a village in Ghana, we're talking of some place with how do I put it? An unimaginable deprivation of everything you can think of. Why should it be like that? Why should a village in Ghana be a place of like poverty, sicknesses? Where does that concept come from? If our elite who come from everybody comes from a village in Ghana. Everybody has a village in Ghana. So if our elite who also hails from villages, or if you don't hail from a village, your family roots, your grandmothers, your great grandmothers are from the village. So why should we treat villages like a village should be a place of deprivation? A village should have poor roads. A village should have poor schools. A village should not have hospitals. A village should not have police prisons. A village should not have a fire. Where did that concept come from? In America here, I live in a village. But this is where we have one of the best roads. We have some of the best road networks in the villages here. So the concept of having a village in Ghana, I mean, Victoria as a place of unimaginable deprivation, like a place called a village in Ghana should be like a place of poverty, a place of hunger, a place of sicknesses. I don't know where that concept came from. Hmm? The elite in Ghana, doctors, lawyers, whatever degree that you guys have, parliamentarians, where did that concept come from? Why should it be like if you come from a village in Ghana, then your road network should be bad? Why? And I mean, it's unfortunate that it's from these villages that we have most of our, I mean, all our raw materials, all our natural mineral resources. We get all of this from the villages. We get all of this from the villages. So why should our villages be deprived? Why should our villages not have good road network? Why should our villages not have good schools? So I mean, the fact that a place is a village in Ghana, that place should be like they should be deprived of everything. Why is the elite in Ghana, the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, and the journalists, why are they sitting down for all of this to happen? I think all of this borders on greediness and selfishness. All of this borders on greediness and selfishness. I mean, look at our journalists right now. Everybody is just concerned about their stomach. Everybody is just concerned about their stomach. If we should live our life like this, how are we going to build a country? How are we going to build a country? And let's look at this scenario. Why is it that, I mean, it's simply that our politicians, they don't want us to be educated. Our politicians don't want the villages or those living in the villages to be educated. Why have they gradually run down the National Commission for Civic Education? Why? You are a Ghanaian, you are an African watching me, wherever part of the world you are, whatever race you are listening to me. Why is it that our politicians, I mean, I'm speaking particularly to Africans, because most parts of the world that are poverty stricken is in Africa, and to be specific, I'm speaking to Ghanaians specifically, because that's where, I mean, I know much about. And I want to ask again, find out, those of you may not know about the National Commission for Civic Education. The National Commission for Civic Education is a governmental body that was responsible for educating the populace, the Ghanaian citizen, about how government systems are run. I mean, to put it in a simple way, or to put it in simple terms, the National Commission for Civic Education was like, because it's been run down. It's no more. So it was a government body, I mean, tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that the whole Ghanaian population, the citizens, were educated. Ask yourself, why is it that the National Commission for Civic Education has been run down? These politicians, they don't want us to be educated. They don't want us to be educated for us to know our rights. I'm not too old. I would say I'm not old. But when I was growing up, we had information vans. We had information vans come around and, educate all of us what government system is about, why we have to pay taxes, this, and that. Why have we stopped all of that? The NDC and the MPP party in Ghana, they don't care about the Ghanaian population. They don't care. They don't care about the Ghanaian citizens. They don't care. All they care about is their own selfish interest. Before 2016, when the MPP came to power, what did they say about corruption? What did they say about corruption? But when they came to power, we are witnesses to what has happened. And sometimes I make posts on social media about how I feel so ashamed, disgusted about. It's as if like 1979 coup and 1981 coup didn't even happen in Ghana. When 1979 and 81 coup happened, I was young, but I read about it. When you take into consideration the fact that people were shot to death just by using their positions. Like maybe somebody is a bank manager and they use their position to take a loan. Somebody is an executive, a chief executive in a business, and they use their positions to take a loan. Some of these people were shot. They were shot to death. But now look, these politicians don't care to flaunt their ill-gotten gains in the face of poor, poverty-stricken Ghanaians. Poor, poverty, hunger-stricken Ghanaians. These politicians don't care. I'm like, so what was the point? What was the point in having that 81-79 coup? And sometimes, like I said earlier, some of us, I mean, I'm not trying to say I have the perfect solution for Ghana, but whatever the Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started, if we had even continued from there, Ghana would have been somewhere. Look, these guys, this NDC, they've won power and they're talking of aura, about, holding MPP accountable for whatever embezzlement and mismanagement that have gone on in the past. Have they held themselves accountable? The NDC people, the state lands that they've stolen, the state assets that they, in connivance with the MPP and politicians, have stolen. Have they held themselves accountable before they talk of holding the MPP government accountable? And for some of us, that's the reason why we needed a new party. But I mean, that's beside the case, or that's beside the point. My main point right now is we need to all get ourselves educated. We need to all get ourselves educated, because in Ghana, it's as if it's only the politicians, the elite, the traditional rulers, the journalists, they are entitled to good life. No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Ghanaians, let's educate ourselves. Let's educate especially those in the villages. Let's educate ourselves, especially those in the villages. These politicians, they are not doing anybody a favor. They are supposed to be public servants. They are supposed to be public servants. But let's look what they get when they come into public service. They just steal from the people. That is all they do. All state lands, all state assets, state hotels that, formerly belong to the state. Where are all of those? Where? Why is it that our elite, our traditional bodies, our religious leaders, our journalists, why are they all just, it's like everybody is behaving in a way like nobody cares in the country. Nobody cares in the country because the person up there who is supposed to supervise his or her subordinate, they are not supervising them because they are busy stealing. Everybody is busy stealing. Everybody is busy stealing from one another. So when you get the opportunity, then you also steal from the next person. There is no supervision. There is no supervision in the country. It's a shame. It is a shame. I hate to see my fellow Ghanaians suffer. Seriously, especially those living in the villages. No politician is doing anybody living in the village a favor. If you're a politician, you are supposed to do your work. If you are building or constructing a road, building schools, you are supposed to do your work just like that. You are not doing nobody a favor. The country is rather giving you the opportunity, giving you the fame and all the perks that come from it. And for me, some of the people who disgust me most, let me say this, some of the people who disgust me most are those of us who have lived outside of Ghana in developed countries like America, Europe, Japan, China, so whatever. Some of us travel back to Ghana, become politicians, and instead of us using the knowledge we acquired living outside of Ghana to help the people of Ghana and to make the system better, we use our language to rather steal from the people. It's a shame. It's a shame. When you were living in America, living in a village or wherever you were living, how was the village like? Like I said earlier, I live in a village in America. I live in a village, but there's everything here. There are good roads. There are good schools, good hospitals, good everything. Everything that there is in the city, you have some in the village. You have some in the village. But why is it that when you talk of Ghana and you mention a village in Ghana, then a village should be like a place where the roads are dusty? Why? We need to educate our village, those I don't want to say villages. I mean, villages come across as, like a bad connotation. So only those living in the villages, we need to educate them. No government or no politician is doing them a favor. The cocoa, the bauxite, the diamond, the gold, the iron, the crude oil, they all come from where? All our foodstuffs. Without our villages, the whole Ghana system, the whole business system will collapse. Will collapse. Like I said earlier, I'll be petitioning the president-elect of America, President Donald John Trump. Yes, that they need to cancel this birth tourism. Seriously, they need to cancel this birth tourism, because why is it that African politicians, African elites, journalists, traditional leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, religious bodies, those who have the advantage of everything in Ghana, in Africa, I mean, they still give them the chance to come to America or go to Europe. They give birth and their children become, natural born citizens of the country. No. Why can't we also build our country? Why can't we also build our country? Ghanaians, let's wise up. Let's wise up. Look, about 4 days or 5 days ago, look at what happened in Cantamanto. Look at what happened in Cantamanto. These politicians don't care. These politicians don't care about you. They just care about themselves. And for me, sometimes I wonder how human beings, we don't even think of death, that one day we are going to die. So if we have this in Ghana, let's use it to benefit the whole country. Look at what happened to, people's shops in Cantamanto. Nobody cares. A place like Cantamanto, they should have some standby fire stations, fire engines, whatever, on standby. But look, and after this fire outbreak in Cantamanto, there's a whole lot of allegations that have come out, and I'm not surprised. Why do we do this to ourselves? Ghanaians, please, let's wise up. Let's wise up. Now the NDC has been elected to power. Fine, we can do nothing about it. But it is high time we thought about changing this NDC MPP mindset, because they don't care. They don't care. Look, ask yourself how much ex-gratia they are going to take for just serving for 4 years in the Parliament House or whatever position they served in. The elite society in Ghana don't care. And unfortunately, the traditional rulers who are supposed to stand with the people, stand for the people in the villages, they don't care either, because they get whatever they want. They get whatever they want. The religious leaders who are also supposed to strengthen and give good counseling to the politicians, they are in bed with the politicians, and they are helping the politicians to loot. The religious leaders who have been prophesying, so they didn't see anything about Cantamanto fires coming. Some are saying, oh, some of them prophesied that there will be fires in some markets and all of that. So when they saw that, what did they do to prevent that? Because in the scriptures, I believe it said that God reveals to redeem, right? God reveals to redeem. So what did those who are claiming they said something about the Cantamanto fires, when they saw what was going to happen, what did they do? What did they do to prevent the fires? It is high time we cared about one another and hold these politicians and all other leaders accountable. We should hold their feet to fire. Seriously. It is not about violent protests or anything. It's about making our voices heard. Making our voices heard and ensuring that these guys do the right thing and educating ourselves. I'll come back to this again. Sometimes I find it difficult to believe that this country called Ghana, we had 79 and 81 coup. Because the 79 and 81 coup, they were meant to, streamlined and get us on the right path of development, where Chairman J.J. Rawlings at the time said he was going to bridge the difference between the rich and the poor, because at the time it was wrong for one person to have more than one toilet in your house. Some of you may not know. The Gen Zs, you may not know about this, but there was a point in Ghana where it was a crime for you to have more than one toilet, in your house. People were shot to death because of this. But what happened? Papa J's wife, Kunedu Ajima Rollins, had a jacuzzi. Bought a jacuzzi. I mean, there's nothing wrong to own a jacuzzi. There's nothing wrong to own a jacuzzi. But when you create the mindset that it is wrong to have more than one toilet in the house, and you have your wife having a jacuzzi, then questions need to be asked. Ghanaians, we need to start holding our leadership, accountable. Let's educate ourselves. And traditional leaders, religious leaders, please help. Don't just think you have all that you need, so that's it. To hell with those people living in the village. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed as a king? Are you not ashamed as a chief, as a queen mother? You walk, you drive through your villages, your towns. I don't know if there's a city in Ghana. I mean, I'm sorry. You drive through your towns and your villages. Are you not ashamed when you see people so hopeless? When you see people with desperation and hopelessness written all over their faces. Are you all not ashamed? Are you all not ashamed? Journalists are just thinking about their stomach. Of course, you need to put food on the table. I understand that. You need to take care of your family. You need to take care of business. I understand that. But why can't we execute our duties as journalists with some professionalism? Why can't we report the truth? I mean, why can't we report the wrongs happening in society like we used to? Why have we collapsed National Commission for Civic Education? Why? Why aren't we asking the right questions? Now that Mr. Mahama has been elected into office, what is his roadmap? What is Mr. Mahama's roadmap to create employment for the youth? What is Mr. Mahama's roadmap to prevent the brain drain? There's nothing wrong to travel outside to acquire knowledge, to have fun, to enjoy life, adventure, whatever. But when the youth are using all means necessary to run away from the country, to use the Sahara Desert, it's dangerous. So what are the plans? What are the plans of the NDC government? What are the plans of Mr. Mahama and his NDC government to stop this trans-Saharan, journey to Europe, to Spain and Italy and all of those places? What are the plans? These are some of the questions some of these journalists need to ask this president. What are your plans, Mr. President? Mr. John Dramani Mahama, what are your plans to stop Ghanaian youth from using the Sahara Desert, that dangerous voyage to travel to Europe? What are your plans? It shouldn't be business as usual. It should not. It should not be business as usual. Like I said earlier, and I'll keep on saying, if what the Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started was built on or was even maintained, Ghana should be in a better place. There should be a lot of jobs in Ghana. Ghanaians, some of us, we just care. We just care because life is good. Life is good when you have a good job. You can travel wherever you want to travel to. You can buy whatever you want to buy, wear nice clothes, whatever you want to do. Life must be enjoyed. Life must be enjoyed. Life, you don't just live life and just in poverty and you die. And life must be enjoyed. Life must be enjoyed. Life must be enjoyed. And I think Ghanaians need to enjoy life. I mean, if we had good leaders, there shouldn't be any poor person in Ghana. No, seriously. If we had leaders who think about the country, who think about the people, there shouldn't be any poor person in Ghana. The lithium alone that Ghana struck about a year or 2 years ago. I mean, before even Ghana having lithium, we had gold, we had diamond, we have palm oil, we have this, we have that, we have salt, we have everything under the sun. We have rubber plantations. We have everything under this sun. So why is it that there is still poverty in Ghana? Because the elite class, they don't care. The elite class, the journalists, the traditional leaders, the religious bodies, they don't care because they have their way out. They have their way out. They can send their children abroad. They can send their children to America. Let's educate ourselves. This year, journalists, please ask the tough questions, ask the hard questions, and make sure that these politicians, their feet are held to fire. Let's hold the feet of these politicians to fire so that they work for Ghanaians. Ghanaians don't have to work for the politicians. If they have accepted to be public servants, they have to work for the public. The public doesn't have to work for them. If the politicians have accepted to be public servants, they have to work for the people. And the journalists should ensure that. Don't just think about yourself. And the concept that a village is a place for, poverty and hunger and dusty roads should be a thing of the past. Should be a thing of the past. Without our villages, there will not be any Ghana. Without our villages, there will not be any Ghana. Business will not boom in Ghana without our villages. But it's unfortunate that our elite class, they don't think about that. They think when you become a parliamentarian or a politician, you should forget about the village. It's a shame. It's a shame. Some of us, we just care. Some of us, we just care. And from the beginning of this presentation, I cited you an example. Why should a place like the House of Parliament import furniture? Ask yourself that question. When we have timber, we have carpenters in Ghana. Why should they import furniture from outside? If it's the technology that we lack to make modern furniture, technology is all over the place. You can go to YouTube. You can even import people to come and teach the carpenters. Why? I've always said in most of my political video presentation that construction is one thing that can create a lot of jobs for the Ghanaian youth. Construction. Ghana, we have accommodation deficit. What are we doing with our young, able-bodied youth in Ghana? We have accommodation deficit. Just put these guys into construction and landscaping. When you travel outside Ghana, that is what makes every place beautiful. Construction and landscaping. A year from today, I want to see a roadmap. I mean, that has transformed the lives of Ghanaians. So, Mr. Mahama, you and your team get to work. It shouldn't be business as usual. You guys should get to work. Think about the Ghanaian people. It shouldn't be business as usual. It should not be business as usual. And Ghanaians, let's hold these leaders accountable. Let's hold them accountable because, they'll never give our rights to us. If we're just going to sit down for them to give our rights to us, they'll never give it to us. We have to hold them accountable. Life is good. And you guys, everybody, every Ghanaian deserves to live good. God did not create you to be a poor person. God did not create you to live a lifestyle of poverty. God did not put you in the village to walk on dirty and dusty roads. No. That idea should be a thing of the past. That as for a village there, you can just build any structure for it to be called a school. Why? The elite class, journalists, chiefs, queen mothers, kings in Ghana, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. You should be. Well, maybe you are not ashamed of yourselves because you got no conscience. You have no conscience. If you have conscience, you'll be ashamed of yourself. If you have conscience, you think of going to Dubai to spend vacation. There's nothing wrong with going to Dubai. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you are going to Dubai, learn from Dubai how they transform their part of the United Arab Emirates. Find out and come and also transform your part of Ghana like that. Don't just travel as a chief, as a king, with all the niceties. Then you come back, then you be content like that. Then you think that's all that you are a chief, king, queen mother, whatever you are. Let's have some paradigm shift in our thinking for our people. Let's think about our people. Let's think about our people, because I know for sure that Ghanaians deserve better. I won't talk much. I need to get some rest, get some food to eat, and get back to business. Yeah, but this is what I have to share with you. And please, if you've not subscribed, please do so. Subscribe, like, and share. All that I'm doing is just to create some awareness, to conscientize all of us. Everybody deserves better. You are living in Ghana, you deserve better. Don't think it's only the politician that deserve better. And to the extent that they call them honorable. Honorable for what? Why do they call Ghana politicians honorable or right honorable? Why? They are not honorable in any sense of it. They are not. If they are honorable, why would they import furniture for the parliament house when we have timber, we have carpenters in Ghana? They should answer me this question. They should answer me. Why? Why? Journalists, get to work. Work for the people. Work for the people. There are more blessings in that. Of course, you need money. I know that. You need money to survive. But work. Work for the people. That is why you are there. Don't just be there enjoy everything like a glutton. Because that's all that you guys have turned into. You've all turned into gluttons. You want to amass wealth with your fingers, your legs, your stomach, everything. You don't eat like that. When you are eating, let somebody also eat. That is what is love. Whatever God has blessed Ghana with is to the benefit of every Ghanaian, not just a select few. Not just a select few. I'll end here. If you've not subscribed, please do so. Subscribe, like, and share, and push on the notification button so that when we drop any new video, you'll be the first to receive it. Wishing you a happy and a healthy new year. And how I sign off, peace and love to you. I love you all. God bless you. Bye-bye.